There we go. All right, man. Guys, namaste. God bless. How are you? How are all of you? Whatever the hell I say. It's Tuesday. And I actually have a day off today. Yeah, I got a day off, meatballs. Finally, after like 2 weeks, man. And I got to spend it in the car dealership because of a recall. That's okay. You know me. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll get a shuttle back here and chill out for a little while. But, all this came to pass. My God, there's so many notes today, but in such a good fashion. So guys, grab some popcorn, and hopefully this will answer a lot of questions that people are having now, because we're surrounded by lack, literally, right now in the world. And every facet, every area of the world, we're surrounded by lack. It's being thrown at us like cannonballs, man, that are all around us. That lack in my life happened profoundly for me, I think 12 years ago, when I was a baker. I was still baking back then, but I was working, I think, at Dunkin' Donuts, and this is on the Berlin Turnpike in Berlin over there. You guys know the area. I literally had to ride my bike there at like 3 in the morning, 5 miles up, 5 miles down. Then I would go to my next job, which was 9 miles back up and 9 miles back down, as I was a job coach for that as well. And I think I was making pizza at a gas station. Anyway, I was doing anything I could to support my kids and follow through what I had to do, my obligation, which I didn't mind you. But what I minded and what started the whole process was one day at work, as I was baking, the manager walked up to me and he said to me, "You can't wear that here." I said, "What are you talking about, meatball?" "You can't wear that. You have to hide that cross around your neck." And to me, back then, that was insulting. You know, I was like, I'm at the lowest point of my friggin' life. I'm riding a bike back and forth to work. Employees are making fun of me. Imagine a guy at 40 years old, 42, I think it was at the time. And these are all the kids in their 20s. This is basically their college job. And here I am trying to survive. And that got me asking a lot of questions. And this is what I think I love about life so much, is the fact that I love asking questions. And I looked, as I hid that cross in shame, I started asking myself, what's going on here? I'm a good person. I'm praying every day. I'm begging at the universe for everything that I've always wanted. I'm literally getting into hypnosis at the time. I was getting so desperate trying to change my scenarios and situation. But I basically answered my own question. I put myself there. I put myself in all those scenarios, that whole involvement, which was kind of a blessing for me because it taught me so much. It gave me peace of mind. But we've been misled so many ways. I have a lot of notes today, but we've been misled. And I just want to define some words for you guys, because there's a lot of you guys going through that now. I see your posts every day, and I was there. I was there, and just think of these words, not to insult anybody, just to bring the reality of what these words mean. You guys choose whatever and however you want to believe in them and define yourself by them. But it wasn't until I learned what these words meant that literally started the process of evolution in my life. And hopefully that this helps you. Do you realize the synonyms of one of the 3 most powerful words that everybody knows are actually sending us backwards in life? And I'll get to my point here. Praying is begging. The synonym of praying is begging and plead. Pray is to beg and to plead, the synonyms of pray. And prayed is the synonyms are to beg and to plead. There's a lot of us out there that have spent our entire lives begging and pleading for different things to evolve. Now think about this. What if you understood what you're sending out every day, you're getting exactly back to you every single day? By praying with that mindset of begging and pleading, life can only give you more begging and pleading situations to match that. That's the quantum science, the law of attraction 101. And to tell a person who has nothing to not stop praying, but to understand how to pray. is the best way to set it up. And the best way see, to me, praying is delaying and affirming is confirming. If you can remember that in your life, you're literally taking the prayer mantra that we have been installed in us as a sense of servitude to a force out there that we already have installed in us to use at our will, not for somebody else's will. When you start using praying as an evolution of self instead of setting yourself back, life becomes absolutely amazing. They even taught us that in Scripture. And there's so many things that I want to bring to you today, but a lot of it changed me when I read many moons later, The Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. And if you guys are searching for that self, I get it. I mean, to me, it was just to stop the snowball in my life. I said, wait a minute, if I'm the creator of all this, I didn't get it. If I'm the creator of all these scenarios in my life, I'm a nice person. Why did this shit keep hitting the fan? Because I was begging and pleading for many, 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 many years. That scenario of events that I mentioned in the beginning, that just didn't happen overnight. This is the beauty about life. You create that as you go along with your constant daily affirmations and prayers you send out every single day. To me, an affirmation is a set of powerful words that you enforce, because affirmation is to claim, declare, and insist. We have the right to declare anything we want in this life. We have a right to send it out every single day, insist that we deserve it. Indeed. And when you get to that mindset of understanding you deserve whatever you're asking for, praying, you go from begging to gratitude and receiving. But we've been misled for many, many moons. They've taken Scripture as history instead of instruction. And they even tell us how to do it in there, man. They even tell us, I never heard this growing up. And if you guys don't understand Scripture, Scripture is basically like trying to read a lawyer's letter. It's in this language that that you got symbols and all these numbers. I mean, if you guys ever seen like a claimant or a document from an attorney, they got all these codes in there, man. Indeed, so does Scripture. And if you guys are interested, you don't even have to be into Scripture at all. This is not about religion. Get that thought out of your head, meatball. This is not a Bible thumping session here. But this is all about instruction, because if the shit keeps hitting the fan, whatever you're doing, you're obviously sending out the wrong signals, because we're constantly praying, we're constantly affirming in our thoughts every single day. And if you want to know what a thought looks like, you can't see it there, meatball, but I'm going to give you a simple infantile explanation to help you understand, because it's called the ripple effect. You guys take a pebble and you throw it into water, into a smooth body of water. What does it create? A ripple. That's your thought hitting the energy, sending it out to the universe every day. The bigger the rock, the bigger the ripple, the bigger the comeback. And if you think about it for yourself, what kind of rocks are you sending out? You're throwing into the lake every day. What kind of ripple effect are you creating in your life with the thoughts that you send out every day? Because basically they're prayers in motion, they're affirmations in motion. When you stop begging, you start receiving. And this is the beauty of life. I'm going to read you the instructions for yourself, for you guys to really understand. The Bible writers were great storytellers indeed. They were great storytellers. And people took their words as, oh, this is all factual. Indeed, it's factual because we create that fact in our life. We create all the scenarios. And they were trying to put it into stories, like I put my show into stories, and other speakers put it into stories to help you guys understand. But it was like in lawyers' terms, man. People didn't get it. It was preached this way. It was preached that way. And when I was told that I can't hide, that I have to hide what I truly believe in, that's when I said, wait, there's got to be a better way. Why did I end up in this place of lack in my life? How did I get here? And that's where the evolution starts. That's where the epiphany starts, when you start asking better questions about yourself. I'm going to read you two here. And for you guys to understand, because a lot of us, and this is all, to me, this is all about peace of mind. Because when you find the source of what is aching at you every day, and you create that peace of mind, that's your creation point. That's where your mind is clear. And stop begging for things to get better. Affirm and know that things are better. That's the secret. But I'm going to read you Matthew 6:5 on that. And this is crazy because I thought of the movie Carrie. You guys remember back Carrie when she got a bad girl, she had to go in this room and pray to this little statue. And granted, this is not an insult to anybody's belief. This is not. This is a practical way for you to evolve into the most amazing spiritual being. That's the whole point of Scripture, guys. It's saying, look, you have this electrical outlet. You have this magnetic power. But we're going to tell you how to use it in all these different ways. And hopefully this helps you. Matthew 6:5 through 15. I'm not going to read you all those verses. That's crazy. But I looked this up today. Listen to this. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to the Father who is unseen. There's that Carrie scene again where she's in a room and she's begging for forgiveness for all. No. What Matthew was saying, but when you pray, go into your room, go into thought, close the door on life, and pray to the Father, which we are, the creator of our life, who is unseen. In other words, the imagination. Think of it that way. And I'll read the other one, which is from Corinthians. This is the actual procedure on praying. And hopefully this helps you guys that are going through stuff. And if you're not going through it, this will modify and magnify your life even more. Because when you realize you're the creator in everything you do, life starts getting a lot more fun. Because you start granting all this peace that you've always wanted, a clear head to create whatever you want. Watch the evolution, watch the miracles, watch the good health, watch all you've ever wanted, man. It's going to start happening in your life. But listen to these words from Corinthians 4:18. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. Fix your eyes on not what is seen, your surroundings, your situation, but what's in here and your mindset and your imagination. Does that make sense? It goes on to say, since what is seen is temporary, in other words, out here, it's an event in life. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. That's your dreams, meatball. That's everything you've always wanted. That's the you that you've always wanted. What is Corinthians telling you? Focus on what you want to have constantly. Go into your room. And not literally, meatball. You have to go in your room. Go into that room. That's why people meditate every day. They do yoga every day. I journal every day. Does all of this make sense? Do you get it? It's not as hard as you think it is. But we make it as hard because of our belief in what we've been taught every single day about the people that we are. And what we have to follow. And follow this servitude of other powers when we have the power ourselves to be whatever we want. And think about this. What you face will face you. If you're facing a life of difficulty, you're praying about it, you're begging for it to stop, it's going to keep facing you because you keep that feeling of lack in that mindset. Does that make sense? I'm going to read this and I'm going to let you guys, I literally can go on for like another hour. The voice ain't going to take it, but I can go on for another hour. But I want to leave you guys with this and show you this. You know the Jim Carrey story? You guys saw him on Oprah? Just kind of chattered. When he was sitting on Mulholland Drive, and he used to go up there every day and visualize himself being this accomplished actor. He made himself a check and he put it in his wallet for like $10 million, and it did evolve into $10 million later on in life. But he had to do what I had mentioned in the earlier ladder of this. But this is my decree that I mention to myself every day. And this is absolutely amazing because it's my thought process that I just keep affirming out there every day. Hence, I'm throwing thoughts, hence rocks, into that ripple effect of the quantum field and energizing them. This is what all the great notables do or have done with themselves, is just to keep reaffirming what they are, already feel that they are, and what they want to attract in their life. So whatever preamble you want to create as your theme, your mantra, I carry this in my wallet or pocket every day, man. I'll recite this 15, 20 times a day. It's my way of affirming to myself of who I am. Ask yourself that question. I wrote a column on that 15 years ago. Who am I? Ask yourself that question. When you realize who you are, and if you don't like it, this is when you make the changes, meatball. But I'm going to read this to you. This is a decree that you guys can use for yourself. And it's great because it goes deep. And I can, like I said, I can go on with this today, but my God, just remember, every thought has a ripple effect to it. Every feeling, every emotion has a ripple effect to it. What thoughts, emotions, and feelings are you throwing into the pond of the quantum field every day? The bigger the rock, the stronger the emotion, the feeling, the bigger the ripple effect in your life. And this is what I was doing. It created that snowball because I kept throwing bigger rocks of lack in my life. I kept throwing bigger rocks of I'm such a bad, look at me at 42, I'm in a Dunkin' Donuts, man, and then people are laughing at me. I'm riding a bike and trying to support my kids, and I didn't let it faze me. It did at first, indeed. But I'm going to read this to you, and hopefully this inspires you guys to truly understand how powerful you are. I mean, look at yourself in the friggin' mirror and realize that you have the power to change any situation in your life. If you're not well, start being well. In other words, be that person of wellness. Stop begging to the universe or whoever you're begging to make you better. It's not going to happen. You are the one that make it happen with your thoughts and your feelings and your beliefs and yourself every single day. And what are you throwing into the pond of the quantum field? Your ripple effect, your energy that can only come back to you. This is what they were explaining in Scripture, man. They were sending it as instruction, but people use it as this history to either scare people. I have no idea what their intentions are. It's only when I started to define the words that I started to understand the meaning. And listen to this. I'll let you guys go. Enjoy your Tuesday. I got to get to the friggin' car dealership. I got to do a recall on the thing. But it's all good, man. But listen to this. Recite this to yourself every day, if you want to, mind you, or create your own. This is the one, not the one I carry, but this is my own. You can create whatever you want. I mean, all the speakers, I mean, they've always said carry something in your wallet to remind you. I mean, you can do this on your phone as your photo. Every time you pick up your phone, it's going to say right there who you are as a person. You keep reciting that, you're going to start feeling that. That you literally are setting in motion the person you've always wanted to be, but you got to keep reminding yourself that you are that person you want to be and live by that every day. My purpose is to evolve, not to condemn. My purpose is to evolve and not to condemn. To grow, not to die. I'm not saying literally meatball. I'm saying on the inside, you die inside first before you literally die outside. To experience, not to fail, to experience. In other words, being yourself and creating those amazing experiences in your life. And most importantly, my purpose is to be, not to cease to be. If you guys can grasp this for yourself, you'll realize the true power that you have. And that's the whole point of America's Mentor, is sharing information like this at a level that is constructive instead of destructive. When I realized that, and I had many hours of self-time in that little 12 by 12 every day, living on ramen noodles and big dreams of trying to be this person. I knew who I was. It all slowly evolved. But you got to get past the begging. You got to get past the pleading, because the universe is precise. It's unbiased. It can only give you what you give it. And when I realized what I was giving, I realized what I was receiving. So hopefully this helped you guys. Happy Tuesday to all of you. America's Mentor. There's a symbol _radio on Instagram, at America's Mentor on Twitter, at America's Mentor on YouTube. Guys, we all friggin' deserve a better life. You deserve a better life. Most importantly, we all deserve peace of mind, because from that clear consciousness of peace of mind, guys, dreams, I mean, nothing is you can't stop the universe from who you are. So why not be a better R in this lifetime, guys? Enjoy your day, man. I'll see you guys soon. I'll stop muttering. Have a great day.